Cheers. Bottled water. All right. So I want to give you an example of what I made on one unit. Um, I've got other ones, but I'm still finalizing those out. I haven't sold totally everything. This one I haven't sold totally everything on it. And this one I bought last month. And it was a 5x10. I paid $5 for it. And I also put it on YouTube, that particular unit. And there was a fridge in there. I sold it for 65. Um, I got the wheelbarrow. I sold it for 25. The green dresser, I sold it for 80. The two beige end tables I still have. I took another microwave that I bought from Waterfront that didn't have all the parts in it. It was missing the carousel, and sold it to some people that just came in town from the Louisiana storm. Sold it for $15 because it worked great. Nord's drill, haven't sold that yet. Two doors, sold those for 40 total, 20 each. I sold a hopper gun that you used to spray ceiling with. That was brand new. I don't think it was even used. Sold it for 35. Just sold the white dresser the other day for 20. Still have two white end tables. I scrapped a bunch of miscellaneous rusty tools, shovel and axe and some other tools, $10. And I'm still selling off of that one in particular. The stuff I kept was a brand new Walmart white microwave that was Hamilton Beach. It is fabulous. A bird picture, two like fish sculptures, four drop lights that were brand new, didn't even look used, a folding bed frame. And I think this was an Airbnb or a hotel room that was cleared out. Brand new tripod that was real nice after I just bought one a couple months ago. And then a scooper sweeper thing like they use at events and stuff, and they go around with a broom and sweep stuff up. A real nice one. And then a really nice music stand for sheet music. And it's a Manhasset music stand, and to even buy those used is super expensive. Usually about 50 plus to even buy one used. And then a shell wreath. It's a seashell wreath, and then two real nice shower curtain rods. One's an arcing rod. And then uh, uh, push broom. I kept a push broom. And then a regular broom. And so what I've made so far on this unit, and I haven't sold all the bits to it, is now the fridge I sold to a guy that just opened a dog rescue. I did it real cheap, 65. I originally listed it for 125 because that's what the used price is. I look on the market for used stuff to see what the going rate is, and then I check the new price of the item also, and then that's how I judge how I'm going to retail it. And so the fridge I did, and that was one of the things I wanted to get rid of the quickest because it's so heavy to move, and I didn't want to pay the storage on that unit. So I did 65 on the fridge. The wheelbarrow I did 25. The green dresser I did at 80. The two end tables I've listed them $5 each. I sold that microwave because I kept the one, and I sold it for 15. The two doors I sold for 40 together to the same people with the lock sets on them, all the hardware on them. So that was a real good savings. Let's see. Oh, and I scrapped the sink with a really expensive faucet on it. And let's see, we got 35. This is another unit that I was bidding on, but it got too high, and it was, that one in retail was worth way over 1,000. The hopper gun at 35. 20 on the white dresser. 10 on scrap. And the rest I haven't sold yet. So we've got 60, 70, 80. There's 90 there. 80 here. 55 there. See, 55 here. And 10. 170 here. 110 here. And 10 here. So 70, 80, 90. 290 so far on that unit. And then cost is gloves, spray Lysol, liquid Lysol, little water to wash the stuff down with, because I don't sell anything without cleaning it. And then some Clorox. Hey, blue jeans. And some rags, paper towels, and those are basic costs. Those are things that you've got to have, because you want to spray it before you touch it anyway. You want to handle everything with gloves, just to make sure, because anything's absorbed to your skin. You know, if somebody's doing drugs around it, or, you know, whatever's coating the furniture, whatever, you don't want to touch it with your bare hands. Plus sometimes there's glass. That gets interesting. But yeah, I did $290 right off the top so far on sales of the items. And then the way I sell and list them, like I listed the fridge originally at like 125, and it was in really, really good shape. And I bleached it out too on top of that, and it was really clean. The only thing is I didn't leave the door open when it was in there, and that's not good if you don't leave the doors open. And then, you know, I washed down the wheelbarrow and all that stuff, and this dresser. This was a nice dresser, though. It was avocado green, though. But it was a really nice dresser that had rolling drawers and stuff in it, and it was lined and real clean. Really, really clean inside. And then the two end tables were kind of raggedy. The microwave was like brand new. It was righteous. I've got that in my office. And then the two doors, one had a big scratch on it, but they didn't care. And had all the hardware on it. It had high-dollar hardware on it. So they were really excited about that, the people who bought that. I originally listed the doors for, I think 30 each. And then I kind of lowered it $5 each day. The hopper gun, I had it listed for about 50 because it retails like 85. And being that it looked brand new. And then I lowered it $5 every day. The white dresser, both dressers, I list them 100 each. And lowered them like $5 a day. So the green one sold first, and then this white one sold last. And I needed to sell it so fast because I needed the room, because I had to move that to one of my other storages. And then the two white end tables I still have, those are listed right now at 45 each because they're in pretty decent shape. That one dresser, the white dresser, had a little water damage on the base, like they had steam cleaned carpets in the room or something. But it was okay. And then the scrap tools were just rusty, crappy tools. And I still have the Norge drill, and it works fine. I tested it. And then the sink was beautiful, stainless sink with $200 hardware on it. It had like a Moen faucet on it and handles, and it was really expensive. So yeah, it can be very profitable. And it just takes time. But the trick is when you're doing storage auctions, you need to, if you can, empty it out the first day and get it off the property if you can. That way you keep from any problems from the previous owners showing up or anything like that. If you can, empty it out first day. If not, do it as soon as you can, because they'll charge you for the unit. And then a lot of these places will charge you a fee, like a $30 fee for every unit you win, to make sure you clean it and sweep it out. So always bring a broom. And immediately, the first thing you want to do is start looking at everything. And the first thing you list is the furniture. First thing that goes. People who need furniture right now because they're moving to different states and relocating. So furniture is really an easy sell. And you can get usually the retail price of what it is new. It's amazing. And if you're honest with your ad, if you say it has scratches or there's some marring on the top, or anything like that, people are fine as long as you're honest about it. And I don't care how bad it is. If it's really a pile of crap, make sure to tell them it's a pile of crap. Don't lead anybody on. The one I hate is when people will get on there. I had a lady this last round that sent me a message about a dining table. I have two dining tables from the last unit that I just bought. And actually, that one from last month. This one I'm talking about right here. I had two dining tables, and one's super neat, and the other one is okay. But it's a $300 and something dining table alone without the chairs, and when it's new. And I would love to keep that table and put it in my office, but I'd just soon sell it. Um, and I had some lady sent me a message, and she said, like it was eBay or something. She was like, does it have scratches? Any defects? Does it wobble? Does it do this? Does it do this? A whole list of crap. And I just immediately banned her. I don't have time for all that crap. Everything's in the ad. I'm real honest about it. I photograph it without altering the pictures or anything like that. I don't dress the pictures up. And I try to do them in adequate lighting, like in the daytime. A lot of these auction units don't have lights in them, especially if they're outdoors. That's just not a common thing. So I take my pictures usually in the sunlight and the stuff. If I have to, I'll drag it outside just to photograph it. But I try not to pick up like garage doors and stuff like that, so that they think it's in a storage unit. Because I don't want like the previous owners to see it and then come running, because it can be problematic. I've had that 3 times where the previous owners showed up and they were really scary. Um, and then I just knock down the price $5 every day till it sells to get it to move. And then, if it doesn't sell in time for me to get the stuff out, one particular complex I buy from, they're pretty lenient with me no matter how many units I buy, because I leave them really clean and nice. And, if they're not in a real rush to get the units back to rent them, they'll let me slide a little bit longer, because I'm busting butt day and night. I don't play. When I buy units, I'm working on them day and night, and photographing and listing and sorting and all that stuff. The last thing I do is if there's fabric things in there, clothing, whatever, I sort out what's trash and what's not, and then the rest goes in hefty bags immediately, and then later I'll take it to the washateria, which is costly. Um, so, because you can't donate it unless it's already clean. Um, so that's usually what I do. So the first thing I do is try to get it emptied out as fast as possible. The second thing is, to spray it down, before you even start with Lysol. Spray the whole unit down, up in the air, whatever, before you start touching stuff, even with gloves. And then wait for it to dry for a little bit, about 15 minutes, and air out, so you're not like breathing it, because it will make you sick too. And then be ready to start wiping stuff down. A lot of times I'll photograph it before I've even wiped it down, because I know how clean it's going to get. So it'll look even better when they show up in person. And then keep track of what you put out on it. I write down the date the stuff sells how much I sold it for, who I sold it to, and because I have people that come back and buy from me repeat in certain places. So it's good to know that, and if they're repeat buyers, then I know how to deal with them. I don't put address in the ad at all. I tell them the city and the general area, some famous thing that it's near, and then because what happens is they will send you messages day and night, and it'll be 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and they'll be going, "Can I come over and pick it up?" And it's like, and they'll wake you up all night long with that pinging from the messages because they got no respect, and so um don't put the address down. Don't give them the address until they're ready. I schedule mine during the day only, and I put the hours on the ad. By appointment only, and I put the hours on the ad that I'm running, and I do that for every day. And I just keep listing stuff. And then as soon as I sell it, I immediately remove that ad because you just don't want people bugging the crap out of you going, "Is this available?" Um, and you look flaky, if you still got an ad running and you don't kill it after it's been sold. And uh, but they'll if they send me a message, I ask them if they're in the city right then because I go, "What can you give me the address or when can I pick it up?" And it's like between the hours that are on the ad. Um, and then because usually they won't even read the ad, they just look at pictures. They just look at pictures. And so on my ad it says messages and pickups only between these hours. Right off the top. That's first thing in big giant letters. That's the first line of my ad. On the very bottom of the ad is by appointment only. Now, I don't do this, any scheduling appointments in advance because they don't show up. It's a waste of my time and theirs. And what I do is if I'm busy doing something, like say I went to do an errand or I went to the bank to go deposit or, went to go get some lunch, whatever, I just tell them I'm with a customer. I'm with a customer right now. Check back with me in so many minutes. Uh, and then if they say, "Well, are you a store?" That's another question I get. Are you a store? No. Um, but don't give out the address unless they're absolutely ready. Okay. So if they're ready to come right now, you say, "Are you in the city now?" If they answer yes, then say, "Great, you ready to pick up now?" And they say yes, then you give them some famous place that's near where you are, like right across the street or something. And you tell them, "Send me a message as soon as you get there." It could be a restaurant parking lot, it could be a mall parking lot, whatever, some business, and let them send you a message because a lot of times when you show up, or they take forever, because a lot of times you get all these dumb messages like, "Well, I don't have my car. I loaned it to my sister. I guess she'll be back in a while. Or wait, I have to go get gas. Or I have to go get cash at the ATM." And they come up with all this bull crap. But if they're really on their way, you'll know because when they send you a message from that place, you'll know they're for real. That way you're not waiting around. So, uh, you know, then, and if they get really dumb, like, "What's the address of that place?" And it's like, "Well, look it up on the internet." I mean, if they're a local yokel, they know where a famous place is, whether it be a big grocery store or, whether it's a restaurant, Longhorns or something. You pick something that people know, the donut place, something that everybody knows in that area. And that's the one, that you want them to send you the message from. And hopefully it's like 1 block from you. And that way they don't get aggravated. And then as soon as they send you a message, say, "I'm here," you ask them the make and color of their car. And they'll tell you right away. They'll say, "I got a truck and it's red," or "I have a silver Honda." And then you say, "Fantastic. Okay, if you come over to this, storage complex, I will see you at the security gate, you know, and I have white tennis shoes on or something. And then they go, oh, okay. And then they immediately drive over, and all you have to do is wait at the gate and watch for them. Don't dance around. Watch for the person. If you see a vehicle that appears to be that green Jeep or that white Honda or whatever, wave at them, and then start heading towards the unit. And if it's not too big of a complex, you could just walk it. And when they pull up next to you, go, hi, are you Mark? And they go, why, yeah, and that's great. It's going to be right over here. Just follow me. And walk over and open the unit up. Don't give them a unit number, anything like that on your ads. You don't need to do all that. Don't tell them a unit number when they're getting ready to drive over. Leave all that out. And because especially if they see something good in there, they might come back and rip it off. So leave that stuff out. And you know, go down there, unlock the unit, be professional, wear a face mask, and even though you're outdoors, wear a face mask, and try to social distance as much as you can. I also use a marking pen for my money, and that way I can make sure that they're not giving me fake bills. You can buy these at any office supply, and mark your bills. See, it'll turn black if it's bad paper. Otherwise, it'll be yellow. And these, you could pay like $10 for two, something like that. And just get the cheapest ones they've got. And make sure, you know, keep the tops on them or they go bad. You can also keep it in a Ziploc bag to keep it from getting ruined. But you want to use those for all of your bills. I don't care if it's ones, fives, tens, or 20s. And you can mark it right in front of them. Lay it down in something and mark it. And if that sucker turns black, those bills are no good. And the reason it turns black is because the paper's improper. So, you know, the chance of it being counterfeit is real high. So you just tell them, I can't take this bill, you know. And they know because a lot of people will pass those bills, whether it's ones, fives, tens, 20s, 50s, whatever. And don't do change. Tell them, I don't have change. Make them go get it. Because you write in your ad cash only. If it's 20, you write 20 cash only. Don't do Cash App, don't do PayPal, don't do any of that. They'll try that too. And what happens is they'll come get your stuff and then they'll make you refund the money. And so don't do that. Just do strictly cash and then keep track of all your sales. So that's basically, you know, what I do. Yeah, I get a lot of stupid people. The ones that start sending you about 20 messages are going to be a nightmare. You're going to hate that. They're trashy customer that's never going to come, and you don't even want to mess with it. So that's your first alert is when they start sending you about 20 damn messages over one item. And all it is you see what I have for sale. If you're interested, you're ready to pick it up. You know, come on. Pay me cash, you load it, you go. And always put in your ad, you pick up, you load. You know, and that way you can try to avoid the crap where they go, hey, do you deliver? You know, I don't have a truck. Well, all these things are not my problem. So I just tell them, well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have a truck either. I had one girl that goes, well, I don't have any family to help me move it, but I really want it. And I said, well, I don't have any family here either. They're all in California, you know, and that's a long way away, like 3,000 miles. So, don't fall for their bullcrap. But I'm going to tell you right off top, when you start getting like a whole ton of messages from the same person for like 2 days, 3 days, they are wasting your time and they are never going to come and they're going to be an unhappy customer and they're going to start giving you hell, cussing you out, being a jerk. So I after about so much, then I'll just block them because I just can't take it anymore because they're never going to buy to begin with. I haven't had one yet that come off with all those damn messages, and just block them because you don't want to deal with them again. You just don't. They will dance you like that. I have one lady that sounds like she's drunk. He sent me messages every day for 2 weeks. And then, it's like, is this available? Yeah. Well, I'm redoing my whole house and I'm doing this and that. She sends me like a whole letter. Every time she does that, send me a whole letter. And it's like, I'm sitting there thinking, man, I don't care. You know. And I just tell her, well, let me know when you're ready. When you're in town and you're ready to pick up. That's how I leave it. But you get a lot of people that make inquiry and never answer. You'll send a message immediately and nobody talks back. Or you'll get people that only speak Spanish. Yep. And that's a nightmare from hell because I don't think they even understand what you're talking about. Um, and make sure to make your hours restricted. Just do daytime business hours. If they really want it bad enough, they'll find a way to get it. Don't go any further than that. I run every day for my sales, but I only run restricted hours. That's all I wish to work it. And I mean, I always get, are you a store? Nope. And why would you even bother asking me that? If you want the item, why would you even bother wasting breath over that? Just do business, you know? If I started asking people a lot of questions when I was wanting to purchase something, whether it be on Let Go or whatever, um, they would be leery of me to begin with. So, yeah. And do not let them load it in their car until they pay you first. They should be respectful. You say, okay, there it is. And is that what you want? And then, have your hand out and say, okay, it's $20, please. Do not let them put it in their vehicle until they pay you. No one should do that. It's just like going to a grocery store or any other store. Pay for it first, then you can go load it in your car. Um, and yeah. So, because possession is 9/10 of the law, don't get caught in that one. Um, I have a friend of mine that sold some gun parts, and a guy came to go look at them. They were very, very expensive. He had a site and something else, and it was like a $500 retail site. He was selling it for like 200, and it was an older gentleman that come to look at it, and they met in a parking lot, and um, the guy wanted to look at it, and he said, "Well, you know the rules," and he said, "Give me the money. I will hand it to you. You can look at it, and if you don't like it, then you hand it back to me, and I hand you your money back." And the guy was like, "Yeah, okay." And that's how he did it. And the guy just fell in love with the thing, and he said, "Nope, I'll go ahead and take it." And that was the end of that. So, learn from people that, are like pros doing this stuff, and you won't get screwballed around. And if they act bitchy when they show up, I've had two in a year that were bitchy when they showed up. And I said, well, did you want the item, sir? Or miss? Or they try to, jerk you down on the price. And I said, did you want the item? It's $30. And they'll go, but, and I'll just turn around and pull the door down and lock it. Say, thank you. Have a good day. And I walk away. I don't play. I'm not eBay auctions. I'm not eBay auctions on my ads either. You start making offers me, the first thing I'm going to tell you, because my stuff doesn't have offers. It's a cash firm. That you start doing this crap where you offer me, like, I had a lady the other day, I have a 1950s bread box, and it's street value used is like $275. And this woman turned around and um, says, I've got it listed like 150, and she says, sends me a message, I'll give you 50 for it. I really like it. And the first message I sent her was, they have bidding here, and I put ebay.com. I said, this is not an auction, sorry. And then I blocked her. I'm not even going to put up with that. I have something listed, and you offer me 1/10 of the price right off the top, I'm going to block you. I don't even have time to play with you. Because when you tell them no, then they start cussing you out and giving you all kinds of hell. Just block them. Save yourself the trouble. And because that's your price, get your price for it. Get real people. And the cheaper you get, the worse it gets. You get really trashy folks when the price gets really low. And that's the only problem. When you start lowering that price to get rid of it, um, you start picking up really trashy people. And when it gets really cheap, you get real trash. So there's a lot of other things that I do too, but um, and don't ever answer any messages after hours. I don't care if it's, an hour before you open or 30 minutes after you just closed. Answer no messages because they will text you to death all day and all night long if you do. So when you set those hours, you need to respect them like they are supposed to respect you because your hours are listed in your ad. So make sure that respect that because if you don't, if you answer one of those messages, it's just going to be a nightmare from hell. Can I pick it up now? It'll be 10 o'clock at night. Really? No. I don't get into the argument with them. Just wait till, 15 minutes before you open or 30 minutes before you open. And you can start sending messages to all the people that are questioning your item. And, but you're going to get all kinds of bullcrap excuses like, well, I have to work on those hours. Can I come at 7? No. I'm not doing any nighttime business. I don't know you. You got to be safe about what you're doing. So, and the best thing you can do is sell it in the complex it's in. If they'll let you stay to sell it, because some of them will give you the whole weekend or a few days. Try to sell it in the complex that you're in. So you don't want them coming to your house. You don't want to meet these people in parking lots or any of that crap. I've had more people come up to my car in a parking lot, walk around, look at me, and then walk right up to the window and go, are you, Sue? And you're like, no. And then they'll say, oh, well, I thought you were her because, she was supposed to come buy my thing. I've had that a lot where people just walk up to my car asking me weird crap. And that's just creepy to begin with. That's not even safe if you have to deal with that. Like I say, a lot of them don't show up. I've had several people that say, I'm coming from Pensacola right now. I'm like, yep, send me a message when you get in town. And usually they don't even show up. Or you get these ones that I don't know why they don't read where it's on the ad because it says the city. I put that in the ad, plus it's already coming up on the ad for the zip code. But you'll get them where they're like 3 hours from you. And they'll go, how far is that? I'm like, I don't know, look on the map. Huh. I mean, they do it all the time. Or, can you deliver? And it'd be some places 3 hours away. It's like, no. Please read the ad. They get pissed off when you tell them, please read the ad. Is there a problem? Get rid of them right away. Block them. You don't want problematic people because they will ruin your day being a butthead. And because you've got 10 other people that are coming in the next 24 hours to buy what you've got listed. Trust me. So, yeah, most people that buy at auctions get mad when there's a bunch of furniture and this stuff. But me, I'm pretty happy because I can sell it off really fast, no matter how junky that furniture is or nice it is. Even if it's got scratches or whatever, it sells real good, real quick. Like I say, everybody's relocating right now because they're under evictions and due to the pandemic and so forth and so on. So, yeah, but that's a lot of how I do it, and I would say on a $5 unit, I would say 290 so far is really good for over $5. I mean, I've made what several times my money right there, and and then of course my supplies to handle the unit and everything. I don't put price tags on nothing. Sometimes power tools. I'll use painter's tape and write it with a permanent marker. But I make sure to, label everything for whatever unit because if I have to move it to my own storages, then I've got to know where it came from so that I can write it down on my paperwork for what unit it came from. So I keep track of my sales. All my units, I keep track of my sales. So, yeah, because I like to know how much I made. I mean, I did 2 units I bought $5 I think for the both. And it was two auto repair giant garages. And the first thing I did, I had pulled two lots of metal out of there. The first lot, the guy, I made him pay for it. He wanted to go scrap it, but he was going to just go scrap it and supposedly come back and split it with me or something. Well, I didn't know him. How do you know he comes back? I told him, I said, well, how much will you give me for that, and that? And I mean, I had like engine blocks, I had heads, all that stuff. That's steel, 100% steel. And so I sold off the first lot. I think the guy gave me like $75 or something. And then he picked it all up and loaded it. I don't load crap. These people, when they show up, don't load nothing. That's their job. And if they don't have loaders or the right vehicle, not my problem. You have a great day. Contact me when you're ready. Um, but yeah, and then the second lot, I had two more loads to finish it out, two or three more loads, and I did like a total of 1,000 right off the top on metal, scrap metal. On two units I bought for $5 that were humongous. They were like 20 by 50s or something like that each. And so it was a huge amount of square footage, but didn't have much in the shop, really. It was virtually kind of empty. I bought it because I thought I saw a giant anvil in there, which those you make really good money on. But it wasn't an anvil. It was a outboard motor part or something. Because they don't let you walk in the unit to bid on it. And then there was a back closet area that was pretty big, and it had some really neat stuff in it. Stained glass door, two or three engine blocks, and a bunch of heads, and some bunch of rotors and stuff. So that was all steel. But yeah, that's how I do it. And I made a lot on those two units. I haven't even totaled that out yet because I'm still selling off of those. I donate a huge amount, but like I say, you have to go wash all the fabric items, which is very costly. I do $30-$40 at the washateria on storage stuff, and then you sort through it, and if you want to keep any of it, you keep, and then some stuff you might want to put online, and then the rest just donate it and get receipts. That's a tax write-off. Get receipts from the places you're donating at. Fold it up nice and neat and put it in boxes. That's the best way to do it instead of hefty bags. And you know, just like any glassware or anything else, you got to clean it before you donate it. They're not going to take it if it's not clean. And be very careful about using the trash cans. Some of these complexes, they won't let you use them at all. But be very careful. Don't just slam their trash can the first day full of crap and fill it all up and overflow it because it makes them mad. Try to spread it out over, a couple days or whatever. And make sure to bring a broom and hefty bags and boxes. Plastic boxes are real good. But a lot of times they're already in the units. But, and constantly use Lysol. Constantly. And try not to touch anything with your bare hands because you don't know if they were meth labbers or whatever, and that stuff's going to come through your skin. So, or there's fiberglass in it. I have one unit that had fiberglass. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You just have to work very, very quickly. I know a lady right now that 3 months ago, bought two 10 by 30 units, $5 each. And to this day, she's still jerking around with them. And she's paying almost $300 each unit for 3 months. You better hope they had a collection of gold coins in there because you don't always find treasure. It depends what you call treasure. My treasure is making money on it. That's bottom line. Making money on the deal. I don't care if it's in clothes or it's furniture or it's baseball cards or it's jewelry. It's just making money on it. Tools, whatever it is that's in there. And I bid like I play the lottery. If I feel it, I'm gonna bid. Otherwise, I'm not. I did a unit the other day that I bid. I stayed the starting bid of 5 on it, and then somebody else bid on it, and I backed out. And they were waiting for me to do it, and I was like, no. And because one, I just didn't feel it. And two, I just didn't want to haul a bunch of crap. But now the other one that I bid on had hardly anything in that unit. Hardly anything. But the little bit I got, man, I got friggin' computer pad and all kinds of other computer stuff. And I got some gold smelting tools and stuff. And you just don't know what's in there. I've had one where every other item I touched was a treasure. And it just got like overwhelming. I was like, oh, another treasure. Oh, another treasure. And some there's just no treasure. You just don't know. But just bottom line is work fast, get the stuff sold, get it out of there, clean it up real nice and neat so the people will welcome you the next time to buy from them. And you got to work really quickly. You do not want to pay those storage fees. So that's the trick. If you have a place to haul it to, or you have a big building that you rent, I know one guy that I bid with, and he has a giant building with a big gate in front of it. And he just loads all that stuff in that building. And he goes through it, and he takes all the stuff to flea market, and he lists a bunch of stuff on the internet, selling the stuff on eBay and Letgo and Craigslist and all that stuff. And he deals with that mess, but still he has a ton of stuff in there, and he's not making any money with it sitting, but he pays the rent on that big, you know, storage thing, and it's his. It's like a big barn. So and that's all he does is go around buying storages. But he mainly likes tools, and he loves to do them at flea markets. So it just depends how you're doing it. But try not to run it out of your house. Either do flea market or do it on the storage complex property if they'll let you, do it. Only have one customer at a time. Do not mess with more than one customer at a time. If you got a customer that's on the way, the next one that sends you a message, you say, I'm sorry, I'm with a customer right now. Check back with me in, 20 minutes. And if they want it, they'll check back. And they will. And then as soon as you get done with that customer, I've only had 2 people that didn't buy ever that came. They usually always buy. So, and I never have changed. They know better. If the ad says 20, you're not handing me a $100 bill. Dream on. So that's how I do it. But I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll see if we got any questions here. And we'll go from there. check on questions. Okay. Now, also another thing, I don't do any computer auctions. I do live auctions only. And so, uh, that's all I do right now. There's one complex that's getting ready to go computerized. They talked about it for about a year, and but they haven't quite done it yet. I'll be sad when they do, because I don't have internet. I'd have to boot it off my phone. But yeah, I'm not really interested in the online ones because the biggest part with online is just like doing online with eBay. You don't know how many people are in there bidding to bid it up and trick you into paying more. Um, so, and when you do these storage auctions, are really fast. You have about 30 seconds to look at that door, stand right at the doorway. You can't go in. And you have about 30 seconds to look around real quick, and you have to start thinking in your head. It's just like I used to do auction cars, and you know, they give you time. They give you run sheets of all the cars that are on the lot that are going for auction, and you can look at them, look under the bonnet, look in them, start them up, um, and um, you know, you can check off the list and see what you think might be good. And then when it goes to auction, you do the live auction. It's super fast there. But with this, you can't touch anything. You can't go in the unit. You get to stand at the doorway. And you know, like at Storage Wars, they always talk about, oh well, you know, it has those plastic totes. That means nothing. Boxes with labels on them mean nothing. Like if it says, you know, compressor, it might have grandma's blankets in there. Don't always think that's going to be a compressor in there. You just have to get a feeling for it. The most expensive stuff is usually always put at the front door. The most valuable and most expensive stuff is usually at the front door. So you have about 30 seconds to look at it. I wear a face mask to the outdoor auctions, you know, and I try to wait till everybody's looked, and then I'm always the last one that looks. You have about 30 seconds to scan it and figure it out if you want to bid on it. Starting bids vary depending on the complex. The reason they do the auctions is to try to make their money back for the rent that's lost. And, you know, different states have different rules. In Florida, I think it's a two-month rule, and then they auction it. It just depends on the complex itself. Some of them charge deposits for you to clean it out. Some of them don't. They'll refund it once it's clean and swept out. Make sure you bring a broom. Make sure to find out how much time you have to empty it out. And you can call these places and ask them or read their stuff online for the information on their auctions of how they do their auctions, because they're all different. Some of them, I've done auctions in Upper Florida, and they want it emptied out that day. They don't want you leaving it overnight or anything. Some of them will let you take the whole weekend. Some of them will give you 3 days. You just have to find this information out before you bid, so you are ready. Because, you know, if you have to take it off the property, you go rent a U-Haul and all this other crap. And make sure you have cash. They usually only take a cash payment. After you win that auction, you have to pay it immediately as soon as the auction is over. And some of them hire auctioneers, and they have to pay a lot of money for the auctioneers. So that comes right off the top. So if you have a fee of $25 or $100 to pay on the auctioneer, plus what you bid on the unit, you need to find all these things out before you bid. But the most important of all is how much time do you have to clean that unit out? Now, one of the complexes I work with, they're really nice about letting me sell stuff. I don't put out a big yard sale and spread crap everywhere. It stays in the unit. And I take one person at a time because it's a secured complex. I can't just have people traipsing in and out. That's why I don't give out addresses. When they're ready to come right now, that's the one I take. If another person sends me a message, you know, and I'm busy with a customer, I will send a message. I'm sorry, I'm with a customer right now. Check back in about 15 minutes. And I don't care how many messages they send after that. A lot of them will just keep sending messages, and they're idiots. Because you're with a customer, you don't need to be playing on the phone while you're cutting a deal. Because it only takes minutes to get that item sold to that person that came out to get it. Because at 90% they're gonna buy it. And like I said, I've only had two that didn't buy ever. And so you want to pay attention to that customer. They have cash in their pocket. They came there to get that item and pay you. And even if they're busy loading or whatever, pull the items out, because you don't have to stand there waiting for them to load it. Pull the items out and lock the door and move on. Because you're not there to babysit them. If they want to buy it, it's their problem to get it moved and loaded and all that other cool stuff. So I don't help them with nothing. I don't care how small it is or whatever. I am not picking it up and putting it in their car. Not my job. You know, I'm just selling the item. They have to move it. So I do pretty good the way I do it. I don't have any major problems. I've only got ready to turn uh, two customers away. One, they went ahead and bought. The other one, I just shut the door and said, "Thank you. Have a great day." And they just kind of look at me when I walk away, because I'm not there for auction. I am there for a sale. They know what the price is. It was in the ad, and it's like, pay me or don't. Don't come up here and freaking offer me $10 for $100 item. Thank you and have a good day. Because got too many people that want it. There's a lot of items you list, and all of a sudden, you've got 25 people. Is it available? And they're like fighting over it. It's like you can't wait till somebody comes and gets it right away because you're tired of the messages. You just want it sold. And don't hesitate to tell them when they start sending you a million messages. Tell them, I've got 22 people on this item. First come, first serve. That's all you gotta say. Then they get real quick with it. We don't hold anything. When they say, "Oh, I could pick it up 3 days from now," and it's like, whatever you'd like to do, but it's first come, first serve. Can I pay you now by Cash App or something? Nope. No. You know, and I don't hold nothing. I don't care if they come down and pay me for it. I'm not holding it because I've got to get that unit vacant. I can't wait, day after day after day for people to come get it, whatever. You buy it, you take it with you. So don't let them dance you around. It's strictly business. It takes 5 minutes to cut that deal. And don't stand around yapping with them because you're wasting time. You're selling a $15 item. You're killing your time if you're going to stand around yapping with them for an hour. You know. So try to keep it short and sweet, and tell them thank you, and also send them a thank you message after you close the deal, because they'll return and they'll buy more. They'll watch for your ads. So, and I run every day of the month on my ads every day, and I don't care if I have one thing left or three things left; they're up there. Um, so I do vintage car parts, all kinds of stuff. Just some stuff I run online, some stuff I sell in person, or I do both till it's sold. And but shipping's so expensive right now. You have to be careful what you list like that. If you're gonna do, uh, something that's shipping, um, because you can get bid on that. It's just so gross high now. So I mean, I know a guy, he likes tires and rims, and I don't want to get into all that. That's just huge money to ship and pack, and you can also use an alternative. You can go to UPS and hand it to them and say, "Here, pack this and ship it." And they'll insure it for everything, and they'll pack it up really good, and they'll make sure it's shipped. But again, you have to pay for that to have it shipped out. So make sure you have all that stuff figured out. Um, and you want to do a shipping handling fee. Make sure you state shipping and handling, because things cost you money. Your packaging, your boxes, your pen, your tape, paper that you use, your gas to go take it down to the shipper, whether it's the post office or whatever. All that comes in to play. That's handling. So don't chew yourself. That stuff's not free. You can't go to Walmart and go, hi, I ship stuff out on the internet, so I need free tape and free markers and free labels and free padding. It's not that way. You got to pay for that. Make sure you charge for it. So anyway, there you have it. I hope that helped you so much. And it's a lot of fun. Um, and if you do it right and do it quick, you can get rid of it. You'd be like this lady that's got those two 10 by 30 units, paying $300 a month each for 3 months and still dancing with the stuff. And also, you can't like run a yard sale at these storage complexes. They will be mad as fire if you pull that. So you just have to be very discreet. If they'll let you, bring customers in to buy it and haul it off, you will only want to do one person at a time and make sure they go back out that gate. And you want to escort them from the gate. Don't tell them the unit number. You meet them at the gate. Because people get spooked already. They'll start saying stuff, is this scammy or this sounds sketchy. I love when they say that crap. That's one I'm gonna block right off the top. If it sounds sketchy to you, then don't buy from me. Please go to Walmart. Because that insults me. You're trying to say I'm the mad killer or something, and that's just negativity right off the top. I don't sell to people like that. I don't have time to babysit you. You know, that's it. You won't give me the address? No. When you're ready to purchase, let me know. I'm with a customer. Thank you. You know, um, and if they harass you, block them because or I had one the other day that screenshot the ad and sent it to me through messaging. There's no address on here. Are you coming now? No. Well, let me know when you're ready. I'm with a customer right now. You know, just don't do it because they'll show up, especially if you do it out of your house, which is a bad thing. Those suckers will be there at 2 in the morning trying to get that item from you. You don't want all that drama and bullcrap. There are scary people and creepy people out there. Be careful. Most of the complexes that I do my stuff in are secured complexes with video cameras all over, and the office is open the same hours that I'm open for my sales. So it works out just perfect. Anyway, there you have it. I wish you a lot of luck, enjoy, and hope you make a ton of money. Not every storage is a treasure, but it also depends what you consider a treasure. So don't think you're buying it to find a whole bunch of jewelry or diamonds or gold coins, because it's not always like that. There's just other treasures. It could be high dollar clothing, it could be stuff with tags still on it, it could be high dollar tools. You just never know. And you have to be able to run it out. You got to be able to take pictures with your phone, get it loaded ASAP. As soon as you list it, you're going to get messages. And just keep shooting. Start with your furniture first, your big stuff first. Anything that's big, start photographing and listing it first. You can take the time to clean it later as you're digging that stuff out and sorting stuff out. And that's about it. Hope you have a great one. Thanks so much for joining me. If you have any questions, just comment below. Love you. Be kind to somebody, and I'll see you on the next vlog.